we're starting to have issues with what's real, what's fake on the internet, just because of how crazy good AI is. Actually, every time I post something on YouTube, I have to put whether or not something is AI generated or is actually real. And it's from things like OpenAI Sora. I mean, just creating video from text, creating nearly indeterminable differences between what is a real video versus what is a fake video, at least to the human eye. And there's websites out there you can kind of just test. This one I said was a real image, turns out to be fake. If I do the next one, real, I guess. Submit another fake one. I gotta get one of these right. This is real, right? Like, this is fake. Okay. This is real. This is real. Okay, I finally got one. I mean, I guess if I just kept choosing real, I was bound to get one right. But just from the naked eye, it is very difficult. And actually, if I spent more time, like, look at her arm. I probably would have just said that it was fake. But just the naked eye, it's so tricky. And I mean, even people are doing weird things like creating these AI, like Instagram influencers. And I guess, 2.5 million followers, probably making pretty good money doing it somehow, but have no fear. Just because it's the naked eye does not mean that this is the only way that we're going to be protected from detecting fakes. I like this one from MIT, and there was actually a hosted Kaggle competition. If you don't know Kaggle, this is something like I like to personally get on. It's an area for data scientists, AI, and machine learning engineers, and different competitions are posted. Could be different companies, could just be more generalized for fun, but people can win money creating really cool machine learning models to help with whatever the end goal is. So in this one, MIT hosted one that the Kaggle competition awarded $1 million for deepfakes. And what was found was pay attention to the face, pay attention to the cheeks and forehead, attention to the eyes and eyebrows, glasses, whatnot. And that's kind of just more like naked eye kind of stuff. But before I go into what I think is a really good article on the discernible differences between AI generated synthetic images versus what's real, it's important to understand just how computer vision works to begin with. We see visuals, we see colors, we got the rods and cones in the eyes, our brain interprets that information, and that's how we see it. But computers, of course, don't look at that way. They generate images with ones and zeros. They interpret images. They see them as ones and zeros. So when this fuzzy image of Abraham Lincoln is looked at, this highly pixelated, or what I found, voxels. Voxels is a pixel, but in 3D. That's a new term of art that I wasn't aware of. But anyway, looking at this, you can see that on the scale of 0 to 255, as colors are determined, how a computer reads an image. And then if you take away the different shades, then you can see it as this. Or if you're working in a Jupyter notebook and you want the output, it'll look something like this. So computers have the ability to interpret it differently. So with actual vectors, actual numbers, it's going to appear different. There's going to be significant differences that we can't discern with the naked eye. And in this study, what matters in detecting AI generated videos like Sora, again, this is early stages. This is kind of broad overview. It was interesting. And it came down to 3 different elements. If I just want to, and I'll put a link in the description of where you can read this if you're fully interested. But it came down to 3 different differences that a machine learning model can determine real versus fake. It came with appearance, motion, and geometry. If we go down here, the comprehensive video representation, instead of simply using the original RGB information, we additionally extract visual, are capable of cross-image dense, sparse matching with enhances, somewhere along here. Oh, here it is. Okay. Analysis on appearance. The study showed that generated videos suffer from color inconsistency and texture distortion. Probably not something that we can really see with the naked eye unless we get under it with a microscope. Analysis in motion. Video generation models cannot fully reproduce real-world motion patterns and may create unrealistic motion patterns. There is what is that? There is a simulation of an eel, I believe. I can't remember where it's at. Yeah. So there's like an artificially simulated seal, but it's just not, to the naked eye, it looks like it's moving, but just the motion analysis that you can do can determine that it's fake. And then analysis on geometry, similar to the eel thing. AI generated videos still cannot fully follow real world geometric rules with unreal occlusion patterns and inconsistent object scales. So things just look off when things are generated just because it's ones and zeros. The computer's not interpreting the addition of physics principles, different variations in depth of field. So you get potentially discernible differences. Now it's important to note, like, this model that was generated, very elementary relatively to what is art of the possible and just specific to the study, and the publishers of this had about an 83% accuracy rate of real versus fake. So some stuff is going through, but I think the main point of this video is to understand that as different things like Sora continue to get better and better, as will hopefully detection models. And so not all is lost in not being 100% trustworthy. I think what's going to happen is there are going to be regulatory and compliance things where things are going to have to be like installed on your Google Chrome, for example, and just let you know with a warning, hey, what you're looking at is an AI generated video, not something real, to help protect us as consumers, because fraud, deepfakes, very, very much a worrisome thing. And that is one of the big misuses of AI right now.